After 40 years of harbouring our separate dreams, me and Anne were going to New York, New York! This was a special holiday. It needed special treatment, special preparations. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I bought brand new holiday pants and socks. Sainsbury's own brand cotton rich luxury pants and Dr. Martens socks. I know, call me mad, call me impetuous, call me extravagant, but this was New York, damn the expense. We got up in the early hours of the morning. I showered and clean and fresh, I savoured the moment as I opened the pants. I felt the luxury cotton soft against my face. I opened the socks and choosing a pair that matched the pants, I pulled them on. Now, there's a scene in the film The Graduate where Mrs. Robinson takes her stockings off. Now, imagine me doing that, but in reverse with my socks. But that's how I felt. I felt glamorous, even sexy. So, buoyed with the confidence you can only get from brand new pants and socks, we set off to the airport. It was one of the best, the easiest runs to an airport we have ever had. Until we got to the boarding gate. When a very marked, plainclothes security man worked his way down the queue until he got to me. And I was pulled out for additional security checks. Purely random? Yeah, right. Well, a group of us unusual suspects were discreetly shepherded past the queue, past the boarding gate, to a row of seats I immediately dubbed the naughty steps. Everybody else was kind of looking round, and I saw them look at us sat there on the naughty steps, how we'd be discreetly shepherded. I saw the look in their faces hardened, and they refused to meet my eye. Now, Anne, all wide-eyed Miss Innocence, she wasn't pulled out for additional checks. No, but because she was with me, the security man took her to the front of the queue. Anne was allowed onto the plane with people who had paid for priority boarding. And as I'm sat there on the naughty steps, Anne is led past me. And she's beaming from here to here, and she waved cheerily and called out, "See you when I get back." I wasn't amused, but neither was I worried, because no matter what interrogation I faced, what questions they asked me, I had the ring of confidence you can only get from brand new pants and socks. Now, two older American ladies had also been pulled out for additional checks, and they were not happy. If there's one thing I've learnt, in situations like that, you keep your mouth shut. You speak when you're spoken to. You answer questions calmly and politely. You do as you're told. The two American ladies had not learnt this lesson, and they gave that security guard a really hard time, but bless him, he did his best to placate them. And eventually, the ladies turned their attention to me. Now, it had been clear from the start they did not wish to be associated with me. They had very pointedly left a couple of empty, naughty steps between us when they sat down, and I noticed their disapproving looks. And one of them said to the security guard, "I mean to say, some people look like they should be checked more thoroughly." And they both turned their heads and looked at me. "I mean to say," she said, in what she probably thought was a quiet aside, "look at him, he looks like one of your soccer hooligans." Now, I was quietly pleased about this, and it confirmed what Anne had been telling me for years, that I looked like a small old football hooligan. Two responses flashed through my mind. I could lean over and leer at her, "Hello, darling, fancy a nasty time?" Or I could defend my reputation and point out I was an upright standing member of the community who happened to be wearing brand new pants and socks. But discretion seemed to be the better part of valour, I kept my mouth shut. I sat, I waited. I considered the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, with the coolness, the calmness you can only get wearing brand new pants and socks. And eventually I was called through for the additional checks. Well, I did as I was told. I emptied my pockets, I opened my bag. I answered their questions calmly and politely. And finally the security man said, "Please remove your shoes. I need to swab your feet for cocaine." I pulled off my boots and with a flourish, I plonked my foot on his desk. "There you go, mate. Knock yourself out," I said, but not out loud, in my head. Because I was secure in the knowledge that I was wearing brand new socks with Dr. Martens written on the sole, and the only white powder that had been anywhere near my feet, Superdrug's own athlete's foot powder.